Okay, my backup camera came in. This part right here is metal. It's not plastic, and this is one of those camera when you mount it on your license plate. It have night vision, waterproof. It came with this video cable, 19 feet, and this video cable is have a. You see this red wire? It's run from one end to another end. Okay, so that's very handy. And they have a power supply. This red thing right here is hooked onto that cable right there. On the other end, it's come out the positive and the negative. That's how it power up this camera, and then the other end is going to hook up to the video cable. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to show you how I mount this thing on my Civic and also plug it in to my radio. These are the two mounting bolts that gonna mount the license plate and the camera right here. And I'm gonna show you how to take this out so you can see the inside of it. What you want to do first is to disconnect the license plate light. Okay, so the license plate light is like that. All you do is just push on these clips, get it out. Okay, do that on both sides. I already did. All right, now you see these 4 clips right here. One, then you got one right here, and you got 2 on this side. There's one right there, and then one more somewhere. One more right there. Okay, one more right there. Okay, so basically what you need to do, that 4 clip, and then this 8mm bolt right here. So take this 8mm bolt out. Okay, like so. And then what you want to do is I start on the left side first because it's easy for me. What I doing is I put this pry bar underneath here, okay, underneath here, and I try to pry it up. Now on the bottom side, what you need to do is use your finger. Okay, here is here's the clip it's got, and what you want to do, you look closely. I'm going to use this example, but it is closer. You push it in, you push the 2 tab in, okay, with your finger, and with your hand you pry it on top, pry it really easy, and then you push it in, and you push the 2 tab in, and then you push it upward, okay, and you do that from this end. You do from the left side all the way to the right, and that piece will come right off. Okay, so for the 2 on the left, I can do it with my finger, but the rest of them, the 3 on the right, I have to get my small needle nose, and basically I just come in and pinch it while I put the pressure on the upper top, and it's come out. Okay, it's come out. Let me see, it come out like so. Okay, so basically this is what it looked like. Okay, so I temporarily put this on the 2 license plate light. Here's a camera. The camera is adjustable. It looked like they have an adjustment screw for you to lock it right underneath here. Okay, these 2 screws right here. Look like you can lock it, the camera like that. Okay, so here's the problem. Okay, so I'm gonna drill a hole that's big enough so I can run this wire through, and I'm gonna use silicone to seal it once this wire inside, because there's no way I can disconnect this wire from the camera. Okay, so there it is. I got a 1/2-inch drill. I drilled a hole right pretty much in the center there. Okay, and that hole with a 1/2-inch drill, this cable have no problem sliding in like that. Okay, so basically I'm gonna I'm gonna put in this wire Then for out here, I guess I'm gonna seal it up with the silicone. There it is. Okay, so 1/2 inch drill for that hole. Okay, so as you see, the wire fit in perfectly. So this is a hole. I'm gonna seal it up with the silicone afterward. Okay, so basically I just follow these manufacturer wire, okay, with this new power cable. I just follow it all the way around, and then I come in down here. I need to get access to this panel. So there's two, it looked like plastic clip, okay, one right there and one right here. So on this one, I believe you unscrew it like so. Okay, and you know, this thing came out, and you just take a screwdriver and you pry it out. Okay, do the same with this one here. Okay, so really simple, easy to do. Okay, you just easy pry it out, because these are plastic. You don't want to break them. It's okay if you break them, it's just that it's gonna cost you to replace them. Okay, so after that, I just try to get access to the backup light. All right, so now I got to find out which one is the backup light. So it's probably either this one or this one, but I'm not sure. So on the outside, you're looking at this one and this one. Okay, so I identified the backup light is this round one. Okay, so which is this one in here. Okay, now you don't even have to start the engine. Okay, so this one right here is not the gray one, but this one right here. Okay, so it's the round one. Go in, put the emergency brake on, and turn on your key and put in reverse. This thing come on. And underneath here, okay, I just run it along the original you know, wire harness for Honda. Okay, so it come out to down here. You got this coming off of your camera right here. Okay, so you got a video, and then you got the power. Right, so your camera come out to this two connector right here. So this yellow one will run, you know, the yellow one is a video cable with the rear wire, okay, and this rear wire run alongside with this video cable, and it run all the way to the radio. Okay, from the trunk all the way to the radio. So they give me 19 feet of this, so it's pretty good. Now on the other side, okay, this black connector right here, it's gonna come out, and at the end of it, it's gonna split up to a positive and a negative wire. You see it right there. So what I did is I used a jumper, which is this orange wire right here. I connect the positive onto the backup lamp. Okay, so we all identify the backup lamp is this round lamp right here. So underneath here, you just pull it out, and you're gonna see a brown with silver stripe, and that is the power. Okay, positive. The other one is a black, is negative. Okay, so what I do is I connect the positive coming off that power wire for the camera to the backup light. Okay, and then the other one, okay, I use this as you know, so I use this as a jumper, this white wire as a jumper. So basically the wire will run, and as you can see, I heat stringed it. So that's the power from the you know, run alongside the video cable, that rear power. Okay, run alongside the video cable. Okay, so I just put a jumper, and I also connect that to the backup light. Okay, so the power for the camera and the power that go into the radio, or the rear wire that run alongside the video cable, okay, are connected straight to the backup power. And then the negative, I just for the negative, I don't even bother to pinch this out. For the camera negative, I just connect it to the chassis round like that. And I run this wire, and as you can see underneath here, okay, here's the wire. The video cable that I told you about, it run all the way from the trunk to the radio. Okay, so basically I just follow along the trunk here. Okay, so when you open this up, and there is a clip, so basically you remove that one from the trunk, and then there's one up here, and there's one down here. Okay, when you lift this thing out, right, I run that wire all the way. See where that hole is at? So I'm not sure you can see it on the camera there. All right, see where that hole where I put the cable through? Okay, and for this particular car, to open the back seat, here's the handle. You push on this, and then you are able to move your seat down. Okay, and over here you can see where I run that hole that I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm running the cable right through that hole there, and then it's gonna go downward along the seat, along the edge of the seat here. Okay, and I tuck it underneath the seat belt, and I run along the side of the edge. Okay, and when I got to this edge, the cable, as you can see, the cable, I don't know if you can see it, but there it is right there. Okay, I just tuck it along the seat right here, and it's gonna go all the way to the front. Okay, along here, down here, okay, down this crevice right here, this panel. Okay, now if you down here, because of this seat, so it's hard for you to tuck the wire in. So what I do is I use these tools, to what do you call it, prying tool for the dashboard. So technically I use one of them to tuck it underneath here and pry it up, and the other one to tuck it in all the way. Okay, all the way the side of the vehicle, right to the front compartment, and you keep doing that all the way, underneath there and under the dash, and of course where your radio is at. Okay, so that video, the one that run all the way from the trunk, it's gonna connect to the back of the radio, where it say the cam connector at, and then remember I told you the rear wire that run along with the video wire all the way from the trunk. I connect that to the one that say reverse. Okay. Okay, for the trunk, all you do is put this piece back, put that 3 clip back, really easy. Okay. I put silicone to seal, prevent water from going in. I also apply a light coat on these holes because these are pressure. So I put silicone on and I let it dry. Okay, so when I push that thing in, it's going to help seal the water out. Okay, so to put it in, just align these pins. And this is the 10mm screw. I may mention 8mm. I was wrong. It's a 10mm. Okay, so that's 10mm go there. The rest of them go into those holes in where the license plate lamp is at. Okay, what you do is you want to align these pins right into those holes. I don't know if you can see it clearly on the camera, but line it all the way around. All right, and then you just press it into your kit. Go down here, and don't forget that 10mm bolt. That go in right there. I think this is the only bolt that hold that silver plastic part. The rest of them are clipped. So when you tie these, you don't want to tie it really tight because you don't want to strip this because the other side is plastic. There you go, just snug up good enough. After you wire it, now you want to test it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just turn the key on accessory. Okay, I just turn the key on, and I'm going to shift the camera. I'm putting it in reverse, and there's a backup camera. Okay, so I'm going to put it back in park. Start my engine, and of course the radio will go into a, whenever you shut the key off, it's turn off the radio, and when you restart it, it's doing its thing. Now I put it in reverse. Okay, there's a backup camera. Okay, worked fine. So now the rest of them is put the rest of the panel back in. Okay, before you slide this radio back in, keep in mind that this clip, all right, that mounted on the new radio bracket, the one where you put a metal clip on it, okay, these two gonna go onto this frame right here. Okay, so when you slide it in, make sure you got no wire caught between this plastic part, this plastic part here and the frame. Okay, and what you're gonna need to do is you can no longer use that manufacturer bolt, the inverted bolt. Okay, you can't use it, but you have to change it to the one that come in the kit. Okay, so once you align all the clip in, okay, make sure you check down here to make sure there's no wire in between that clip and the frame. All right, just press your radio in. There you go. You should hear it snap. Okay, next thing you're gonna do is install the 2 screws. Okay, there it is. I finally got the 2 screw tightened in. There's no wire around. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is put this plate back on. Okay, after you slide in that plate, now you're gonna line all the clip for this one. Once you have it aligned, just press it in. There you go. Okay, then you got one more screw underneath here. You got to put them back. Okay, one more panel left to go. Okay, now you're gonna line up this panel. Okay, make sure everything line up. Just press it in. These are hold by clip. Okay, press everything in. Make sure it's nice and fit. There you go. All right, so the last step to this is to do a final test. Put the key in. I'm going to leave the engine running. Okay. And let the radio warm up a little bit. That's one thing about this radio. It's a little bit longer than expected. I don't know, you know, if all new LCD radio are like this, but okay. There it is. Oh look, my favorite song. Okay, so I'm gonna use steering control, volume up, and as you see, going up, volume down. Okay, so channel, you know, as you see a chain on the side. Okay, so good. So let's test the backup camera. There it is. Okay, backup camera is on. And of course, the last thing is the DVD. There you go. Okay, so this installation for the guy who know nothing about installing radio is successful. So I hope you find this video helpful. Build your confidence up so you can save yourself some money by just following instruction and do it yourself. Okay, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.